1. Google versus Time Warner Cable for fiber. Windows is singing the blues with Windows 8 lack of sales. Galaxy S4 is as good as its big brother S3? And Staples is selling a 3D printer now in stores. All that and more on Tech for Dummies. For Dummies, the show that makes technology fun again. I'm your host, Darren Quick. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter for Tech for Dummies 1, and as always on YouTube for Tech for Dummies, where you can watch previous episodes. As always, to my left, my co-host Dustin.
Well, hello. How you doing today?
Good.
Well, my name is Dustin Tanner. Like always, I'm to his left until one day we change that around. You can follow me on Twitter at dtanner2194, and like he said, watch the YouTube shows. You gotta watch them, right?
Yeah. Also, like to mention, we are nominated for People's Choice here on the station, so go out and vote for us. As on to tech news, Time Warner is not really liking the idea that Google Fiber is coming out. They want to be pretty much the monopoly on high-speed internet next to a certain company we have here.
It's Mr. Google Fiber. Google Fiber is trying. As everyone knows, we talked about the last episode, right? We talked about that a lot. Google Fiber is growing, and the old man companies are not enjoying it. They want,
Yeah, they pretty much want to be the monopolize the system, but if and only if Time Warner and Google Fiber company works together, maybe they can come up with some deal that helps each other out.
Well, I like the idea of competition, because competition breeds, it breeds, it's good.
Yes, it is.
It's good. I think that Google Fiber becoming growing one of these days will be a great thing, because it'll give you. All right. You want to talk about that watch? No. That's a nice watch you got over there. It'll give you a chance to actually, shop around when you're looking for internet. Right now, there's not much, depending on where you go, though. If you go to like Los Angeles, the bigger cities have a lot more, but around here,
it's pretty much two companies, Fairpoint and
Comcast. But Time Warner Cable is another cable company, and see, that's one of the things about living up in Vermont, is that we really don't have that much,
Actually, there is not for high-speed internet, more cable. Enosburg's got one, I heard.
Cable's got
Franklin and Enosburg area got their own cable company up there.
That's another story for
That's
another
another
day.
Story. It's a independent company.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? I think I don't like Time Warner Cable. I like Google, and I think it's gonna force a lot of these businesses to adapt or die. It's either gonna be like, you're gonna either change your ways and you're gonna, compete, or you're just gonna fail. And
see, I personally, let me get my thing to switch. I personally think that monopolizing a area is actually bad for it, because the prices will go up too.
That's the
with
thing.
a little competition, it keeps the prices down.
That's the thing. And price is that's a
another
TV.
story.
That's a 3-hour special on what I think about the system pricing. And that's just me talking. I'm not really big on this internet thing yet, because it's not really the biggest thing. I have my internet. I'm happy with my internet. I don't need bigger internet. But yeah, it's good.
It's good, and also they have now released it into 2 other states, Utah, which they previously had fiber, so it wouldn't be much of an upgrade for them, and now Kansas City, or
Okay, yeah,
Kansas. I think it's Topeka, Kansas has it now.
Topeka.
So
Kansas
it won't
is
be
amazing.
much longer. Hopefully it's headed this way or
Is
to
there
the
anything
east.
to do in Kansas?
No.
Just think about it. Besides, like, eating barbecue and watching the Chiefs, there's, like,
Nothing in
nothing
Kansas.
to do in Kansas, but that's
It's just flat for miles
it's
and
freaking
miles and miles.
mountains. You can't hike nature trails. No, nothing there.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We've pretty much talked about that one. Now, the latest on this one is Windows. Is Windows really singing the blues? Which is actually a pun on their new operating system, nicknamed the Blue, and to the fact that Windows 8 sales are actually pitiful, that they thought to be more selling of it, when come find out that a lot of people don't like the way they did it. And I'm one of them. I've stayed on this program, and I still state that I hate Windows 8.
I do too. I'm not a fan. I don't like Windows 8 because it's too user friendly. Which is, now that I've had a Windows 7 computer for a while, I'm starting to get used to the it not being as like Apple. It's a lot like Apple. Apple's really user friendly, but you don't have control over a lot of things you do sometimes. And I just don't like Windows 8. It's too dumb. It's just bad. It makes you dependent on this, that, and this, that.
I mean, if it's fine if you have, like I keep saying, it's fine if you have tablets and touchscreens and stuff like that. But laptops like what he's got and I got, no. Windows 7 is fine for these. Anything, Windows 8's okay, but I'd rather have Windows 7 on it. So
I prefer Windows 7. And, it's always been kind of like in every other edition of Windows has sucked. So it's like,
since
7 was
XP.
awesome, so we know 8 was going to be bad. So, and I think 8's bad. Then again, a lot of the people who don't know what they're doing when it comes to computers love it. So,
XP was great. Windows Vista sucked. So they had to put in 7 to give them something to do, or some new operating system quickly out. So they found 7 worked, and then okay, let's change this whole completely over to a whole new operating system so we can use touchscreens. No.
yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about that as well.
No. So.
Do you think we will see a new operating system from Windows anytime soon? Do you think that disappointed with Windows 8?
I've been hearing through a lot of people is yes, they are trying to fix the problems that Windows 8 has, and the new 8.1 operating system 8.1 Blue, they're nicknaming Blue. I think they're going to have it just as either the title screen or a regular desktop. No more two, because that's what a lot of people hated. It was like 2 operating systems in one instead of 1 operating system.
Really? That's.
I know. That's what I've heard, but I'm just rumors at this point.
My mind's kind of lost a little bit. Like I said, I worked for 8 hours before coming here. Why couldn't they just make one really good thing and just stick with it?
Yeah.
That's all I ask. That being said, why don't we move on to the next thing?
The
Galaxy S4.
Yeah, Galaxy S4. Well, the Galaxy S4 is out, which is last year I said about it was the S3. They were claiming to be the iPhone killer, and it kind of looks like it has slowed down the sales of Apple's iPhones.
Because iPhone sucks. I have one. It's terrible. You don't want it. You don't want it. Sorry. You can keep going.
Okay. It has slowed the sales down just a little.
It's just every iPhone looks the same.
Yeah, it does.
And it does the same, and Apple has done nothing to they haven't done anything to change, they haven't done anything good lately. It's like, ooh, we put a shinier camera on it so you can take better photos with your cell phone, or ooh, we made it so you could talk to the phone, or ooh, we made it so you can be compatible with any car charger sold before 2012, which is annoying. I don't have one. This is why I will not get an iPhone 5, because you can't charge it on any car charger, because the charger.
You have to buy a whole new car charger just to charge your phone.
Which is
house charger. Everything else, you have to have the new Thunderbolt.
I just don't understand what Apple is trying to do.
Optimize the phone business is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're not doing that well.
So S4 itself, it's not as good as its sister, the S3. But if you want an upgrade or a new phone, it'd be pretty good for you. But it's just like an iPhone. If you want I got an S3, I might want to upgrade an S4. No, wait till at least 5 or 6 at this point.
Yeah, when it comes to cell phones, you really don't need a super duper handy cell phone for everything. I have an iPhone 4. It cost me 99 cents to get, and I got a plan for it. It works fine. I don't need anything more fancy. I don't need anything more. I don't need this. I don't need that. And the basic point of the cell phone, I think we've gotten away from, which is use it to call people, use it to text people, and that's it. Yeah. You don't need a cell phone that can do everything, because that's why they invented the computer. But
that's why they invented the tablet.
Yes, the tablet. Technology nowadays, there's a lot of technology out there that people don't need. Snapchat. Have you heard about Snapchat? Yeah. Yeah, Snapchat is great. It is awesome.
15 seconds of that's it. But there's a workaround that if you save it, if you save it on your phone really fast before it down races, it's permanently on your phone.
The thing about Snapchat is that it's just like, you're familiar with the phrase "stupidity breeds stupidity." Yeah. It's like, let's give a certain group of young people an app that will tell them that you can only take photos for 15 seconds, and then let's see how stupid they can be.
Oh, people were pretty stupid.
And locally, something like that has happened, and it's just. And there's an underlying topic I'm talking about.
Part of that talking with a sexton?
No, I'm not. I'd never do that. I've had a Nokia phone forever until I got my iPhone. But it's like, I just feel like you shouldn't give teenagers something like that. I feel like you should. Who really needs a photo that you can only use for 15 seconds? And one must think, is this photo what? I see there's a fun idea in it, but when it comes to it's just, why would you do that? That's just asking for some type of trouble. It's like, and I'm glad I have a TV show with you on this to talk about this, because I've been wanting to vent about Snapchat forever now, because it's caught on up here. I see all my friends posting about, Snapchat me, and it's like, it's the stupidest thing ever. Why don't you go talk to the person if you really want to, and... That's my piece on Snapchat. I hate it.
We'll sneak that into their next.
Snapchat breeds.
Text story.
We have to do an app story again. So we have to do apps that have no reason in existing.
Maybe we'll do that next month.
I think I will put together a list of 15 apps for the next show that have no reason to exist, and Farmville is one of them. But
Farmville, believe it or not, is dying. I don't think anybody's doing it anymore.
Facebook's dying, which is nice. I'm enjoying the slow, painful death of Facebook as it. They added smiley faces, and I ranted on my personal. I don't know if you saw that, but everyone can post their emotions now with smiley faces, and it's like, really?
Oh boy, we're turning into Yahoo Messenger.
Turning into Yahoo on MySpace drugs, and there you go. That's what Facebook's becoming. So, Facebook's going downhill and downhill fast. I think Google...
Ever since they went public.
Oh yeah, because it's all about keeping the traders happy.
Right.
You lose all your creativity because it's kind of like you have to keep your stock high, you have to keep the people happy, you have to make the
Apple
money.
stock.
Oh yeah, Apple. Well, Apple Facebook snuck into the Fortune 500 this year.
Yeah.
And Apple is like rising fast. They're like at number 7. They've risen.
They're dropping.
No, they're not. They're rising for some odd reason.
They're going back up.
They're going back up. I just saw a little thing on this the other day because I don't have Facebook bookmarks, so whenever I Google it, and then I see a bunch of news stories under the page, so it's like, oh, click on that. But Facebook is publicly traded, so they've kind of lost some of their lust, so to say, that they used to have. And another thing with Facebook is that you can't go on Facebook without seeing something that makes you want to break your computer screen in half. Like, I have to
look at it. It's starting to get full of garbage on it.
It really is. And when Facebook started, it was
pictures.
When Facebook started, it was really great. I enjoyed it. I liked it. When it didn't, it started what, 2004. So I didn't sign up until about 2007, 2008. So
when you knew it was catching on. Same here with me.
Yeah,
I knew it was going to catch on.
And I knew it was catching on. And it looked good, and it was nice. And I'm a fan of timeline.
I went right on right after MySpace pretty much died.
Oh yeah, by the way, the new MySpace, if you're into music, is pretty cool. But I'm waiting for a second social media website to just come back and not do, just do bad, just destroy Facebook do to Facebook what they did to Friendster. So with that little rant, that's the Galaxy, and I'm just gonna write Dustin ranting. Dustin mad. That's what we're gonna write there. Would you like to move on to the next story?
All right, let's move on. This next one is pretty cool. It's the latest update on the world of the 3D printer. And guess what, boys? It's going to be coming to your nearest staple to us. Let me redo that one again. Guess what, boys? 3D printing's coming to your house via a Staples store near you. That's right, Staples is getting them out, or getting them in their stores. Starting next month, really.
I don't think 3D printing is awesome, but that's going to cost you an arm and a leg to do. You know it.
Unfortunately, the printers itself is 13 grand. If you're a really rich mogul or if you really, 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 really want this
If you're really that rich, do you need a printer to get what you want? Do you really, I think you could just go out and buy it. That's cool, but I could have probably bought my car 13 times over for one for you. It's good to know. More than I'm going to make it.
It's cool, but right now I wouldn't buy one right now. Wait till the prices go down.
Prices are never going down to those things.
Oh, they'll go down eventually.
They'll go down eventually, but after, what about a 4D printer? Why can't I find a 4D printer? That's an obvious joke about.
Yeah, 4D. Actually, they say you really see in 4D instead of 3D.
Oh, really? That's good for them.
But yeah, they're coming to a Staples near you, but I don't think anybody around here is going to be buying one unless your business.
Maybe. I'll
unless your business.
I'm gonna get a penny drive going here. Penny drive. Let's do it. Let's do a penny drive. Let's buy a printer and then a 3D printer and just use it on the TV show. Just have one day of fun 3D printing. The cartridges, the stuff to print on must cost a lot too. So
yeah. It's mold plastic, basically.
You know how much I could get for 13 grand? I could have 2 nice cars, not 1, 2. And I could get some new stuff. Anyway, not going there. What do you think of it? Do you like 3D printing?
Oh, I love the idea of 3D printing. And just the idea alone of don't have to go to the store or do anything you want. You can make your own stuff right there at home for free.
Can you make your own food? Can you 3D print food?
No, you can make.
You should try it.
You should try it, but you can make tools for a special, for a special nut or a special bolt that nobody sells. You can build your own stuff for right there at home. Don't have to go to the store and pay outrageous prices for it. I love the idea. So like I said, I'll keep you guys more up to date on this 3D printing stuff. I think it's be great.
I like it. So,
Love it.
What would you like to talk about before we go to our break? Do we have anything more? I have a lot.
If human achievement can be determined not by speed or strength, but by character, then it's easy to see who the most amazing athletes really are. Be a fan of dignity, acceptance, and the human race. Volunteer, coach, or compete in Special Olympics. Special Olympics. Be a fan.
Welcome back. Please join us June 9th for our summer games at Patrick UVM. As always, be a fan, be a supporter, support your local Vermont special teams. And now it's time to turn the reins over to my co-host for Games for Dummies, where he'll get us up to date on the latest in gaming software and hardware news. Take it away, Dustin.
All right, so for starters, I bought Halo 4. That is amazing. Do you have Xbox Live? Do you have one?
No, but I've heard about Halo.
You should get it.
I'm
going home and I'm playing Halo for 3 hours after this. It is fun to play online. It is really worth the $60. The campaign, if you like that type of thing, it's pretty good. But the best play, it's great for online play, and I can play for hours and hours. And it's really fun. I love it personally. So there's that. Halo 4, awesome. Get it, kids. So moving on to some other things, we're going to go to Grand Theft Auto quickly. As you all know, I'm a big Grand Theft Auto fan, and apparently some of the things